just wanted to hear from rock stars and porn stars. You guys missed me? You didn't just want to hear from rock stars? Okay, I'll go live. I love how some people legit don't watch the news or listen to any major podcast. So they're like, Steph, no, I get my news from you, which is scary. You probably shouldn't. Hey, you guys, do you remember before we start? Anyone ever like go through that age or phase where you found out about death? Like it grasped you, like you got the concept. I remember I was 10, I was in fourth grade, and I grew up in a faith based family. And so we were in and out of church and whatnot. But it kind of hit me that, like, nobody's seen the guy for real. I don't know what's going to happen. There's, a lot of unknowns, and I'm big on research and facts. So I was going through this, I don't want to die at age 10. Well, I'm not worried about that anymore because I'm ready. Dude, this waking up every day and paying bills and doing dishes and laundry, and it's like the same shit. And then you think you learn from your mistakes in the past, but a lot of us repeat the same mistakes over and over again. And it's just like this Truman Show cycle. I'm not afraid of death anymore. Anyways, okay, we're going to start off my news, what's going on in the world. It's February 2025. Recap with my Menendez brothers. You guys know I've loved them. They've already done 35 years. They killed their parents, but in my opinion, it was self-defense because their father molested them. The mother knew about it and was really shady too. Well, unfortunately, the new California DA does not want to give them a new trial, so it's not looking good for them. Now, our California Governor Newsom, my boy that I'm always talking highly of, sorry, I need you now, dude. He can give them clemency. So the only way for the Menendez brothers to really get out now is clemency, unless, when a new DA gets in, but that's going to be a hot minute. So I'm really bummed for them. We all had high hopes that they were going to get out by Thanksgiving and then Christmas with, the new documentary that came out. It shed more light on their situation. It's a bummer. I have shitty parents, so I think it's easier for me to understand what happened with them. A lot of people that grew up with great families and great parents, I don't think they can wrap their brain around it. I'm not saying go out and kill your parents, right? Like, I'm not saying do the United Health CEO, shoot him in the back of the head thing, but we all understand the frustration. I have horrible parents. I have parents that had a kid to fit in society just because it was like what you did in the 80s. You bought a house and had a kid in the suburbs, and they did not want to be parents, and they hated each other. And my dad is a piece of shit and left a while ago. My mom is so toxic and insane. I've cut her off in the past for years, and I finally cut her off again because she wanted to hang out with my ex-husband and his new wife for Thanksgiving and leave her only biological child alone on Thanksgiving. So, mother of the year, and she couldn't understand why that could hurt you. Some people have shitty parents. Be grateful and thankful if you have good parents. Where I really lucked out and I'm grateful for is the kid department. I've got two of the coolest, best kids in the world that I love to hang out with. So that kicks ass. Okay, going on to other huge news. Airplanes in general. I know I've been even having bands on and talking about how do you think about flying lately. So I had a bad flight to Montana years ago. So I have had flight anxiety since mid-20s when I had a really bad during a snowstorm from Salt Lake to Montana flight. Dog, no. But like 7 or 8 flight issues, mainly landing electronically. This is getting really weird. Someone's saying like the polar shifts of the earth or, aliens interception. I don't know. I like to listen to all the conspiracy theories. I don't believe them all, but it's interesting to read them. But we got to go to the Delta upside down. Everyone survived the upside down flip landing and jumped out. There's even a cell phone clip. You guys can all Google it of everyone exiting the plane while it's on fire upside down. They're only offering $30,000 for compensation. $30,000 is not a lot of money for you guys that didn't get money from your grandfather that was a judge. $30,000 goes quickly. That's like a substitute teacher. It ain't a lot. And so I hope none of them have signed any contracts and taken that $30,000 and they lawyer up, because this is America, baby. In America, we sue. Lawyer up, baby. And you're going to get a lot more than $30,000 of compensation. Say you got the neck and back pain. Say it's painful all over, emotional distress. You've got PTSD. You're waking up in night sweats like you went to freaking Vietnam, baby. That's what you need to lawyer up and do. I know because my grandpa owned a law firm and became a judge, and growing up, I was always terrified that we were gonna get sued. Like, that's my family was based out of law, and so it was just like, "Everyone's gonna sue you, be careful." We had, an underground pool, and I remember just every time I wasn't having fun because if my friends actually got to come over to the house, because my mom's like a hypochondriac recluse that didn't want anyone over ever and had, like, 2 gates around our house. But anyways, if I actually got to have, people in my house, which is why my door is always open, um it was like somebody's gonna slip and fall in the pool and sue you. So don't trust anyone. You're gonna get sued. Be careful. Don't trust your friends are all waiting to sue you. It's America, right? We're sue happy. It's exciting. So, anyways, though, but you get more than Delta. And my best friend wants to fly me out to DC in a little bit because she's in the military and she just got, moved to DC a year ago. And I really miss her. And I'll do it. I'm that person. Like, so I've jumped out of plane, so I'm gonna do it. Am I gonna like it? No, I don't want to get on a plane. But she's flying me out to DC, and it's been a while since I did the whole, White House walkthrough, Pentagon hangout. I was in 5th grade, and I laid the wreath of the tomb of the unknown soldier, and I did that whole 13 colony trip for a couple weeks, and it was really fun. But I need to go back and do a historical walkthrough, and I need to fly. And I wish it was one plane, right? Like homegirl doesn't have the money for a red eye from Sacramento to DC. So I have to take 2 flights there, 2 flights. That's 4 flights. That's 4 times I could land upside down. I don't really want to book on Delta though. I'll be honest. I love how everyone was making fun of Spirit Airlines, but now the reels and memes are the only airline that hasn't had a significant crash is Spirit. So you can make fun of it for being cheap and affordable and maybe like the ghetto airline, but it hasn't gone down. But I wish a guy would go down on me. Anyways, um, Diddy's lawyer quit. You guys, this is not good. Like I said, I grew up cousins-in-law, grandfather owning the law firm. So after school, I'd hang out in the law firm. You don't quit as an attorney. You don't. You want the money. You find the little area. You Johnny Cochran it. You find the glove that doesn't fit. Don't take your medicine the night before. Make your hands well. So if you quit as an attorney, there is some damaging evidence that has come to light that you feel so uncomfortable in your own skin, you don't want millions of dollars to live off of and support your family years down the road. So it's not looking good for Diddy. Also, surfacing reports of Justin Bieber and him looking off. I really feel for him. Obviously, you are who you will hang out with. So the fact that Justin Bieber was in Diddy's camp when he was so young, I'm not saying he participated in things, but he was surrounded by inappropriate behavior as a young teen. And where was his parents? Where was his now that I'm older and I'm a mom, I'm not letting my 13-year-old, 14-year-old go off with some rap superstar and just disappear with me not there. No. My ass is going next to them, traveling with them. Like, I'm not naive. I know what goes down. I mean, it also doesn't look good for Jay-Z. I know he recently got the rape allegations from the past thrown out by Jane Doe, but he was so close with Diddy. Ashton Kutcher was so close with Diddy. And I'm not saying I'm a saint. I hang out with the creator of Girls Gone Wild, Joe Francis, for a while. Guess what was going on? Girls on buses, getting naked, having fun. You know what I mean? Party, like, you really are who you hang out with. So you don't tell me that Jay-Z and Justin Bieber were hanging next to Diddy and Ashton Kutcher for years on end and nobody knew what was going on. Rosie O'Donnell knew what was going on. And she's a lesbian that wants nothing to do probably with his camp. And she made jokes way back in the early 2000s of what was going on. So, and I think no one was that taken aback at first because wild things happen with rock stars and rap stars all the time. The biggest money I ever made at Crazy Girls in Hollywood was actually from P. Diddy's bodyguard. Middle of the day, came in, short amount of time, made it rain 20s on 20s on 20s. That's it. Didn't ask for anything else, just made it rain 20s on 20s to me. He must have a thing for white girls. I don't know. And then he just exited. So Diddy was paying his bodyguard well back in LA in the day. That's the closest interaction I got with Diddy or a Diddy party. I never got invited. I guess I was boring, but I did get invited to a party once that got like that. And it was pretty disturbing, to be honest. I was so young and actually shocked at that age of my life that I remember just being in the background. There's just a table of toys out and girls getting paid running around, and I'm just in the corner like, what is going on right now? Like, I want to watch. I have a voyeur aspect, but I did not participate. My girlfriend did, and then she ended up being like emotionally scarred. That's how intense one of these Hollywood parties got. So they are I don't think you should stay in LA and raise kids in LA. I'll say that much. Go visit, go play when you're young, but get out, because I've seen it suck people in. And when you're staying in your 30s and 40s, it's not family friendly. It ain't Disneyland, right? That's Orange County, baby. Okay, we're moving on. TikTok is still around. I love Tom Green's post about TikTok. He's like, well, unfortunately, it's still here. And he didn't mean it in such a negative light. It's just that it is a little bit of a time stealer, right? Like, it's kind of exciting. Like, I used to love Instagram reels, and I find myself now on TikTok reels being like, God, it's got me down. It knows that I love late 90s, early 2000s grunge music. It knows that I love the movie Labyrinth and Dark Crystal, Jim Henson Muppet stuff. It knows that I love Tim Curry and Rocky Horror. It knows that I love passionate, emotional love and quotes from movies where it's just a fucking shit show of love. And then all about music and concerts and podcasts and music news. And so TikTok really has got, and I hate it when those tarot people come up. I'm like, stop it. I try to just not stay, because I'm like, but sometimes if I'm drinking, I'm like, ooh, what do the cards say? That's all bullshit. It's bullshit. But you know what it is? We're all just like lost human beings floating on this rock in outer space. And so we want to know that there's some kind of astrological sign that's going to change our world, or some kind of tarot card that's like, everything's going to be better next month. No, life's going to suck. And it's just your responsibility to wake up every morning and think about the positives. Think about, I try to trust me, I can be downer Debbie Downer. I try to now wake up in the morning and be like, I have a house over my head, healthy kids, a dog and a cat. I paid my utility bills. I got a new podcast that's my hobby. It's super fun. I have a lot of friends that I absolutely love. So try to like reinforce in your mind daily what's positive going on, because our brain can be a nasty little asshole sometimes and want to go over the negative or what's wrong. Sometimes though, I be getting so positive that I'm like, oh shit, I got to get my life more together. Like, I'm a little bit too floaty and chill, and I can have a stoner mentality. It's weird. I don't smoke a lot of pot anymore at all. It's very like my friend has to have it at an event somewhere. And I still have such a stoner mentality. I think I smoked so much in college and all of my 20s that it stayed like, I'll get to that later. No big deal. No, you kind of need to get to that now. Oh, my hair's all fucked up. She's like, I went to the Blue Roots. I don't know. I don't know. Trying something different. Oh, so but my TikTok views have been lower since it came back. Has yours? Or am I just too old to be I think I'm too old to be on it. So I love Instagram. That's like my age range. Probably shouldn't even be on TikTok, but my friend said to do it because it's like an entertainment aspect. And I have found a couple artists. Actually, the artist I'm having on later today, Tank's Music, I found, or he found me on TikTok. But it is more people playing music live that I enjoy. I wish Instagram had more live music performers. That's something that needs to be brought over to the gram. Okay, Elon Musk just had another baby. What is this, 7 or 8? I've lost track, but he's just given out his sperm. She's really hot. She's complaining now and going public, though, that he's not involved in the child's life and wants him more allegedly involved. Um, I'm next. I will take an Elon Musk baby. Does that come with Elon Musk child support? And you're just like, yeah, your dad's a billionaire. I don't know if I want him running around with a chainsaw in the delivery room like he did just on stage to make a speech, but I'm okay with Elon Musk being a baby daddy, like my third baby daddy. So Elon, if you come across this, you probably never will, but I'm in. Sign me up, baby. I'll sign all the contracts too. That like, I don't know. I can't show the baby's face or go after your money individually, because I don't want your money. Just send me like a couple $100 for food every week to feed the baby so I could stay home and take care of it, because that's what I like to do. Okay, next. Oh man, the Maine governor. Okay, I don't know if you guys saw this, but you know me, I'm obsessed. I have to watch the news every day and listen to Tim Dillon's podcast every Saturday. That's a great source of news. So the Maine governor is going against the federal government, against Donald Trump, trying to separate genders for sports, which I think makes so much sense. Why do we want a male? Males are stronger than females. This is just a fact. I'm not saying mentally. I'm saying physically. Trust me, baby. When a chick gets a cold and a guy gets a cold, the chick is still going. So, but I'm talking physically, it's a fact. I don't want a man competing against a woman. So, Trump's doing the right thing and saying, "Hey, females and female sports, males and male sports." Maine's governor is saying, "I want transgender still competing in whatever sport they want to identify as," and is going to try to go against it. I don't think it's going to work. I hope that it gets shut down. Maine is such a small state. And I know it's like blue, but it's got some red spots in there. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen there. Okay, next in news, I'm really worried for the Idaho 4. Do you guys remember? Because it's been a little bit, but the Idaho 4, unfortunately, they were drinking, they came back from partying. They all four got murdered, and they were college kids, really young, really cute. Sorry, my heart goes out to the parents. What a nightmare. But Brian Koberger, that is the alleged murderer. It worries me because he studied criminology and he's psychotic and smart. And so he knows the system. And the way him and his attorney are behaving and acting and trying to throw things out and technicalities, and there was other DNA found. It worries me that he's going to pull an OJ, that he did it, but he's going to get off because he's psychotically intelligent and his representation is doing a great job. So that's a trial, the Idaho 4, I'm watching closely. And if I were the parents, I'd be deeply concerned and make sure that I think they have the state representing them. I would have private attorneys. And at least if they lose this, they can go for the civil lawsuit, right? And they can try the civil lawsuit. But you still, even when you win, you don't get money out of the person and stuff. It's really complicated. You want the criminal lawsuit to go through and you want that person locked up or the death penalty. Idaho has the death penalty. So I'm pretty sure that's gonna get tried. Um, oh my God, the Gaza Strip. They're gonna do a Western Mall strip in Gaza. Do you guys think I should go over there and work at the Wetzel Pretzel in Gaza? Because now it's Americanized soon? No, I will be the Middle East would kill me on sight. I'm not even gay anymore, just because I like to dye my hair and I'm a little bit wild and my tops are too low cut. Like, the Middle East does not oh my gosh, those men that's something I've dated a lot of different types of people, ethnicity-wise. I have not dated a Middle Eastern guy, and I just do not think they like a strong, powerful woman that likes to be in charge. So I think I'm gonna not, but at least, Palestine is calming down a little bit. It's crazy that it's the Holy Land, but of course, it's been the biggest issue has been in the Middle East. That's why we always said as millennials, peace in the Middle East. Well, that just doesn't happen. It hasn't happened for years, you know? Uh, so good luck to this Americanized, mall strip going on in Gaza. I want to see how that happens. Are they going to get rock stars and comedians to perform there? And are they going to make it out alive? I don't know though, man. Tucker Carlson went over to Russia and interviewed Putin, and he didn't wind up behind bars and came back. So I guess anything's possible. Okay, dating. I wanted to get, I looked. It's now so this is the record longest I've been single in 10 years. Like, I was single in my 20s a lot. I got into these little 2-3 month relationships. It was chill. I liked it. But in my 30s, I've been married twice and then in 2 long relationships. I'm definitely a relationship girly. I am single, 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 and it is rough out there. Like, I've been on maybe 30 or 40 dates. I don't know. And you know what came to my mind though yesterday? I'm medium ugly, and medium ugly, there's not a lot out there. No, really. Like, if you look at what's out there, it's either really hot, like the nines and tens that are single and very attractive, or really ugly, the one, two, and threes. You're like, ew. The medium ugly stay in relationships. They stay booed up. So if you're like me and you're like a hard 6 or 7, a lot of the medium uglies are taken. And then I'm too picky. I'm too picky. I won't do kids. I won't do animals. And I've got it all. I won't do broke. I'm just my friends are like, "You gotta lower your standards," but I think I'm ready to die alone. I'm at that. I'm ready to die alone. It's a scary place to be. But you know what I mean? It's cozy too. You're not going to lower your standards. Okay. And then last but not least, because I want to keep it at 20 minutes, is the VPR, Vanderpump Rules. What do you guys think? Let me know in my hotline that is on my Instagram and my website and whatnot, or the comments. Vanderpump Rules is coming back, but none of the old cast members are coming back that I absolutely loved, and I really miss Stassi a lot. I know she's doing a private with Vanderpump Rules sideshow, but it's all new cast. Of course, I'm going to watch it because I'm a long time, 10 years plus. I mean, I've hung out in LA and partied with Jax. So I'm a huge Vanderpump Rules fan. But they are going to have an all new cast. So I'm going to watch it. What do you think about all new cast? And obviously, after the first show, I'll come on and talk about it. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. I love you guys. I'm glad I'm back and we're talking shit. So listen to Steph's Rock Show. Follow me on YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, Instagram is the main hub. I have a hotline and an email. And if you're a band that's doing something big, wants to come by, cool. Right now, I am in Aftershock prep mode. We're going to announce the lineup here pretty soon. And then I'm going to be researching the lineup heavily because I will be backstage again in October for Aftershock Music Festival in Sacramento, California, October 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Buy your tickets now for just $1 down.